accounts payable. So we will be discussing this like, so in accounts payable, normally we will purchase raw material or services, and we are going to make the payment as per the payment terms and conditions with the vendor. In other words, accounts payable deals with only credit purchases, but not cash purchases. AP deals with only vendor, also called as supplier, also called as creditor. These are the three names. Depends upon the country, these names will be in use. In this accounts payable, there would be, in AP, there would be two scenarios. One is purchases without purchase order. So that means you will not issue any purchase order to the vendor. You will directly buy the material or services from the vendor directly. So there won't be any purchase order in the process. Second one is purchases with purchase order. So most of the companies, not most of the companies, this will be the 98% scenarios. Okay. If you see real time, every company, they will create a purchase order and they will give it to the vendor. Based on that, you will receive the goods and they will send the bill. Finally, you will make the payment. So in every business, purchases will always go through via purchase order route. But there would be some cases, 2% cases. Maybe I just giving one rough figure. Okay, it could not be 2% or 1%. It could be 5% or 10% also sometimes. But I'm just giving some generic figure. Okay, percentage. So it would be very less percentage wherein you don't give purchase order, but you will purchase it. Okay. So in this first one, it is direct FI purchase. Direct FI purchase. So here there will be only two things. One is time of purchase. Debit expense or material. Credit vendor. So it is like, assume that there is a stationery vendor. Immediately there is no stationery at office and you wanted to purchase from your regular vendor. So what you will do? Accounts executive will go there. You will purchase all needed stationery from that vendor and you will come to office. You will collect the come to office. So purchase invoice is nothing but at the time of purchase. This is called as purchase invoice. Okay. So this purchase invoice is nothing but if you buy stationery from vendor, he is going to give you the bill, right? So that bill you are going to enter into the system. So that is what purchase invoice. So at that time, what is the entry? Expense you are going to debit, stationery expense. Credit will be vendor. So you are saying that when you put credit as a vendor, that means you are yet to make the payment to him. So second entry would be for payment at the time of payment. Debit vendor because you are liable to pay him You purchased it, but you did not make the payment. Now you are making the payment. And credit, outgoing bank account. Outgoing bank account. It means that you are making the payment to vendor. From where you are making? Through bank account you are making the payment. So only these two are under without purchase order scenario. Coming to with purchase order scenario, it is also called as P2P, procure to pay. Procure to pay. So this cycle consists of, you will start with purchase requisition, followed by purchase order. Once you release the purchase order to the vendor, he will send the goods to you. That is called as goods receipt. Once you receive the goods from vendor, you will also send the bill, right? That is called as invoice receipt. Finally, you will make the payment. Vendor outgoing payment. So in first case, we are just making only 2 entries, right? So that is nothing but 4 and 5 we are making it directly in first case. But in second case, these become here. I mean, these 3 has come here, right? So these 3 items or steps are required in second case. So first case, purchase requisition is nothing but you will identify what are all materials required and what quantity is required. So that is what purchase requisition. Normally, purchase department, they will identify what materials are not available for this production order. In order to execute that production order, they might request some material, right? So first they will check in existing material. If they don't find it, then they will go for the purchase requisition. So purchase requisition contains list of materials with a list of quantities. There is no accounting entry at this point of time. No accounting entry because it's just an information and kind of information only. Okay, purchase requisition kind of form you are going to prepare. Purchase department will take care of it. But as FSU consultant, you also should know about it. Second one, purchase order. So purchase order is a legal document. So you are giving it to the vendor saying that so and so material I am going to purchase from you based on our discussions on this price. So you are agreed for the terms and conditions like you are going to deliver the goods. As soon as you receive the purchase order, within 15 days or 30 days, you are going to deliver the goods. And this is the quality of the good. So all the terms and conditions will be there in the purchase order. So if you don't purchase or if vendor doesn't supply, you can fight with purchase order. It is a kind of legal document. You can go ahead with the legal matters. So at this purchase order also there is no accounting entry. Goods receipt. So once you issue purchase order to the vendor, he has to supply the goods. So as per agreed terms and conditions, you will supply the goods. So you will get the way bill. Way bill is nothing but when goods are coming to your location, they will also bring the bill. What materials are there in the load, what quantity is there. So that way bill they will give you, right? That is nothing but goods receipt bill. Okay, material bill. So at the time of goods receipt, the accounting entry is, there is an accounting entry. Okay, there is an accounting entry. Debit raw material. What is credit? GRIR clearing account. So it is an interim account. For adjustment purpose, this account will be used, but this is the normal practice. Okay, GRIR clearing account. So we are debiting raw material, crediting we supposed to credit vendor directly, raw material or expense, I would say, or service. Expense means service expense only. Okay. So we can directly credit vendor, but sometimes what happens? You may get load today in your premises, and the bill might come after 1 week or 10 days. So you don't wait for bill. You have to record whatever you received. So for timing adjustment account, they will create GRIR clearing account. They will pass an entry saying that we received material. As soon as they receive the invoice through courier or through some other source, then they will post an accounting entry like this for invoice. Debit GRIR clearing account. Credit vendor account. So this GRIR clearing account, debit side and credit side GRIR clearing account will get nullified, will get knocked off. What is the entry? Debit, expense, credit vendor. The same case. So the output would be same. Only thing is, in order to take material into account before invoice comes in, we are passing this entry in the books of accounts. Fine. At the time of vendor payment, there is an accounting entry. Debit vendor account. Credit outgoing bank account. Okay, so these are the various steps available or required in purchase order route. If you purchase, purchase order route. If you purchase any material or services, if you don't go via purchase order route, then there will be only two things. Okay, so this process, it requires integration. It requires FIMM, materials management integration. So all materials management configuration needs to be completed. Then only you will be able to do purchase requisition or purchase order, all these steps. Okay, otherwise you will not able to do it. So for this process, it does not require FIMM integration. It is direct FI entry. It is direct FI entry. Fourth one, we have something called recon account, reconciliation accounts. So reconciliation accounts, what do you mean by reconciliation account? First of all, a recon account, reconciliation account also called as recon account. Okay, a recon account is also a normal GL account. It is also normal GL account. But the only difference is we cannot post directly transactions into a recon account. It means recon account will always get the value through the master number or master record or master. In this case, particularly when accounts payable through vendor master number. For example, you are working in some company, you are assigned with some employee number. Okay, that is nothing but vendor master number. Employee is also a kind of vendor. Okay, we can also create employee as a vendor. Okay, so you are having one employee number. So what happens? Whenever they are making salary payment, whenever you are taking any salary advances from the company, So all the transactions they are going to identify through your employee number. Employee number. So financial transactions, I mean financial transactions. Okay. So other than financial transactions like time records and all, also they will trace out based on the employee number only. But for us, financial transactions are relevant. So let us talk about financial transactions of an employee. So they are paying salaries. You have taken some advance, salary advance. So this information they will link with your employee number with some GL account. Salary GL account, salary advance GL account. So these two GL accounts they will be linking with your employee number. So employee number is a master record, vendor master number. Inside that master number, they will assign salary or some recon account. Assume that some recon account. Okay, it is a payable account, kind of payable account, trade payables. We could say trade payables. So what I am trying to say is that reconciliation account is also a normal GL account, but it will never get updated by direct postings. It always get updated via master record number. So that is what it is. And in accounts payable, we have document types, separate document types. K stands for, this is German software, okay. They use K, creditor means KREDATOR, creditor. We use C, they use K, okay. So KR means creditor. This is invoice. KZ for payment, vendor payment. KA other than KN, KZ. So if any other transactions will be posted in KA. So these are the document types. Posting keys, vendor posting keys, vendor posting keys. In general ledger accounting, we have seen 40 is debit, 50 is GL credit. So that is only for GL account. Okay. Now we are talking about vendor. What are the posting keys for vendor debit? What are the posting keys for vendor credit? 21 to 29 vendor debit. Vendor debit. 31 to 39 vendor credit. So if you see any number in between 21 to 29, you have to understand that it is vendor debit. If you see 31 to 39 posting key, it is vendor credit. These are the posting keys related to vendor. Posting is related to vendor. Okay. And this is general introduction about accounts payable. Let us see required configuration for AP. So when I say required configuration for AP, I am expecting output. What is the output I am expecting? I should be able to post vendor invoice. When I say vendor invoice, it is direct FI invoice, not through purchase order route, and vendor outgoing payment. So these are the two things I wanted to make the payment at the end of configuration that I am going to mention now. First one, define vendor account groups. Second one, define or maintain number ranges for vendor account group. Third one, assign number ranges to vendor account group. Fourth one, maintain number ranges for KR, KZ and KA. Fifth one, define tolerances for vendor. Okay, so these are the configuration steps that are required. Once you do that, we need master data. What master data is required? We need service expense GL account, GL master. We need a vendor master, and we also need payables or sundry creditors on account, recon account. So this is also a GL account. Okay. So these three are required. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So let's move on now. Financial accounting, accounts payable and receivables. SPRO. Try to use keyboard more every time instead of mouse. Try to use arrow mark up and down arrow marks, right and left. Accounts payable and receivables, vendor accounts, master data. Additional information display key IMG activity. So you will get the transaction codes right side. First one is OBD3. Let us talk about vendor account groups. What exactly vendor account groups? So your company, what is this company? Maruti, right? So Maruti company can have multiple vendors. Okay. When they say vendor, what does it mean? So Maruti companies, what they do? They are manufacturer of car side. So in order to manufacture car, they might be requiring steel. Okay, they might be requiring steel. They also might be requiring rubber. What else? Some kind of services. What kind of services? Maybe the services could be insurance services. The services could be security services, audit services, audit and tax services, and government also can be a vendor. Okay, likewise, there could be many. So broadly, we can classify your customer or client will give you this list group. Okay, how many groups they have currently? They will review it, and if they wanted to delete anything, they will delete, or if they wanted to increase anything, they can increase and they will give it to you. So once you receive that list, you are going to put it into the system. But in our case, we will assume that there will be two broad classification. The classification how I am looking at is that I will go with raw material vendor and service vendor. So only two. If my boss is asking, can you bring me insurance vendor related outstanding amount? I want to see the outstanding amount for insurance vendors. So if I create only raw material vendor and service vendors, then I cannot bring insurance vendors separately because I have not create them as a group. If my boss is asking, can you bring the report for government department? What is the amount we are liable to pay? If they are asking that, if I don't create it as a group, then I cannot able to bring it. So you need to understand from the reporting perspective from your client what reports they are generating out of this accounts payable module. You just go through it. Okay, once you go through it, then you will come to know what to how to put it into the system and what might be required and what not required. If you don't see the reporting part, see at the end, transactions can be posted into system anytime, no issues. Okay, but only thing is what is important is reporting is important. There might be some legal reports. There could be some internal reports that they analyze. So you have to see both legal and internal reports. What reports they are frequently using. Based on that, we have to define the system. So if we create more, then you have to assign more number of number ranges. So all this will be there. To avoid that, I will go with only two options, but in real time, you can go with as per the customer. So I will create one is raw material and another one is service. Raw material and service. Two vendor account groups I am going to create. Raw material, service. So now you tell me, you wanted to have separate GL account for separate groups, or you wanted to have only one GL account for both the groups. Putting together, you are going to create trade payables account. Trade payables account. So will only one GL account is enough, or you want GL account for trade payables account for raw material, trade payables account for service. Okay, so for that, you also need to understand from your business how they are reporting currently. If they say that in balance sheet we are showing trade payables, raw material, trade payables, service, then you have to create two GL account. If they say no, we are just showing trade payables only in the balance sheet, then only one GL account is enough. So I will go with only one GL account, whether it is a service or raw material, doesn't matter. At GL level, that difference is not required. But if my manager is asking me to bring only, I need what is the amount outstanding for raw material vendors, then I can able to bring it because I have created a group. So I can use that group and I can bring the outstanding balances. Okay. So let us say I am going to have one recon account, trade payables account for raw material as well as services. And number ranges, since I have two, I will be maintaining two number ranges. Anyhow, these are different number ranges. This is different. Let's go to SAP now. Define account groups with screen layout. So wherever you see screen layout, that means you can able to keep fields required, optional, suppress. So fields that you wanted to mandatorily give input, then make them as a required. Otherwise, you can leave it how standard SAP has given, unless until your customer says something specific. Click on new entries. I'm giving jet 171. Code I have given 171, but our company code is 1710. Always give first company code in the description so that it is easy to identify. Raw material vendor group. Press enter. If you wanted to make any field mandatory, this is field status. Company code data, account management. So reconciliation account is there. This is optional. If you wanted to make it as a required entry, you can make it. But I don't want to do that. Let it be as it is. Save it. Go out. One more we need. Z172. 1710 service vendor group. Save it, go out, then go to number ranges, create number ranges for vendor account groups, XKN1. Number range is blocked by some user, Hari34. Okay. So no issues. I cannot create now because all number ranges are created already by different users. So go to display button, select any existing one. Okay. Select any existing one. I'll take 9 and 10. Okay. 9 and 10. So if you see number ranges, wherever you maintain number ranges, there will be internal number ranges, external number ranges. Internal number range is nothing but system is going to, whenever you are saving that record, system is going to pick the number, sequential number it is going to pick. If you say external number range, system will not pick any number. You have to give the number. So see this at the end, you can see external. So if it is selected, then system will not propose any number. User has to give manually while creating the master record. Okay, so as of now, we are not using any external number ranges. Okay, do not give that. Otherwise, I am going with 09, 010. 09 for raw material, 010 for, 10 for service vendor. Assign number ranges to vendor account groups, OBAS. Go to JET 171. I am giving 09 assignment for this 10. Press enter, save it. This is done. Then number ranges. Remember this transaction code OBA7. Always we maintain number ranges in OBA7. Go to the position button, KR, double click. Whatever number is there, copy it first. Number range information 1710. Change interval. Insert interval. Number, then 2019. 19 all zeros. 19 all lines. Save it. This is for KR. Come out, go to KZ vendor payment. Copy 15. Paste it 15. 2019. Give 15. And then all zeros. 15 and then all lines. Back. One more. A vendor document 17. Copy 1710. Insert interval 17. 2019. 17 all zeros. 17 all lines. Back. We are left with one more. Define tolerance for vendor. Go to balances, not balances, transactions, outgoing payments. Okay. Go to open item clearing differences. You can see define tolerances for customer and vendor. So if you define for vendor, you don't need to create it for customer. So for both customer and vendor, you can create one. New entries, company code 1710. Tolerance group don't maintain. Just give the description. Just give company code and description. Customer, vendor, tolerance. Spelling correct. Tolerance group. Okay, press enter, save it. Nothing else you have to do, just press enter, save it. So we have maintained or we have done basic configuration. We'll try to create master data now, GL master data. Master data always you have to create from easy access, go to accounts payable, master data, FK01. Before creating vendor master, let us create a GL accounts. GL master data, GL accounts, individual processing, FS00. I want to create service expenses. First change your company code here, 1710. So as of now, we have created only this much. So under admin expenses, I already created 4,300,000. Copy this same GL account. Keep cursor, click on copy as. I will say 4,310,000. So I'm creating new GL account 4,310,000 by copying 4,300,000. And the name is services. Okay. Since I am not maintaining, I am not giving word expense because we are creating expenses only. So for all expenses, let us use G004. All types of expenses, let us use G004. All balance sheet accounts, if you wanted to use G001, you can use it. That also is matter. I mean, you can select based on the GL nature. Save it. We want to create another GL account, trade payable GL account. Where to create that GL account? Let us go to OB D4 where we have defined GL groupings. Position button 1710. We have created series sundry creators or sundry suppliers. Okay, what else? What are the names? Trade payables or accounts payables. Sundry creditors. So any name, okay. These are the different names for this, okay. 2,400,000. Starting GL account, press enter, save it. Click on create button. Give that GL account. Sundry creditors, accounts payable, balance sheet account, short text, trade payables. You can say trade payable, account payable, sundry creditors. What other names we have used? Supplier, creditor, vendor. Okay. Say vendor, supplier. All are same. Okay. Accounts payable. Any name. Okay. Press enter. So in second tab, control data tab, there is something called recon account type. Here you have to select vendor account. Then only this account will become reconciliation account. If I don't select, if it is blank, it is not a recon account. So when you want to create recon account, you have to select a respective account type. So in this case, it is vendor. We are talking about vendor. Line item display 0, 31, not 31. Press F4. Vendor number 012. Or if you wanted to, okay, let it be 012. Press enter. So this is reconciliation account. For recon account, we have something separately. G067. Press enter, save it. So this is your trade payables account. These two, this one and this one is completed. Now vendor master. Let us talk about vendor master. Vendor master will be having 3 sections. One is general data section. General data section is nothing but you will mention vendor name, vendor address, vendor email ID, vendor phone number. So this is generic data of a vendor. Second one is company code data. Company code data. So this company code data, we are going to say what are the payment terms specific to your company code for that particular vendor. What is your reconciliation account in this company code for that vendor. So those things you are going to define in company code data. And third one is purchase organization data. So in this one, purchase order relevant information will be there. What is the currency for purchase order? So all that information will be there in the purchase order data, purchase organization data. So if you wanted to, normally FI people, FICO consultant will be giving access to FK01, 02, 03. If you want access to both general data, company code data and purchase organization data, then you have to access X means cross model, K means creator 01, 02, 03. Here F means finance, K means creator. Okay, so some companies they will give access to XK01, 02, 03. Some companies they may not give access to this one, but they will give access to FK01, 02, 03. Throughout SAP, any transaction ending with 01, it is for creation. Throughout SAP, any transaction ending with 02, it is for change. 03, it is for display. This is a general rule in SAP. Any transaction ending with last 01 creation, 2 change, 3 display. Let us create one vendor using FK01 and one vendor using XK01. Go to accounts payable section, master records, FK01, create. What is the group we have created? Service vendor 17 Z172. Z172. Press enter. Title, company name. So Maruti company vendor. This is service vendor, right? I will say electricity. What is the electricity board, Hyderabad board? Any idea? TNEBA, not TN, TSEBA. Telangana State Electricity Board, something. Okay. We have power distribution company side. Whenever you are making electricity bill, there is a power distribution company.
Yes, PDCL, I guess.
PDCL.
TSPDCL, Telangana State Power Distribution Corporation Limited.
Okay. So let us.
Yeah.
Correct. Right. So
Yeah.
give that details here. Okay. Street number, say Koti. Postal code, say. Logically, we are in, I mean, this company code created in Tamil Nadu. So let us take Tamil Nadu, TN. This company code existed in Tamil Nadu. So how come they will pay in Hyderabad? So I'm taking Tamil Nadu, TN PDCL. It is Ambattur. Postal code 6 lakhs. So this is generic data. Whatever we are maintaining here, this is a general data. In this section, you can only see the name and other information. Press enter. Nothing else is required. Press enter. So in this section, you can enter bank details of this vendor. As of now, we have not created any bank details for this vendor. Going forward, I'm coming here. I will be coming back here and we'll create bank details. But as of now, not required. Again, press enter. Contact person information also not required. So this is company code information. This section is company code information. You can see your company code is coming into picture. Here you are going to select Recon account, trade payables account. So system is going to generate number for this vendor and this number is linked with this GL account. Whenever I am going to post any transaction using this number that is going to generate, that will be stored, that data will be stored in vendor level as well as GL level. Short key 012. Cash management group, press F4. Domestic vendor payments. Center. Payment terms. Assume that 0001 is the payment term, which is a standard one. That means once you purchase, if you purchase today, you have to pay immediately. Immediately in the sense, you are not paying by cash and purchasing. No, you are purchasing first and then you are paying. That is what payable immediately. And you can see check double invoice. So system is going to check. If you post invoice twice, system is going to give you the warning message. Boss, you already posted this transaction, similar transaction. Why you are posting again? Whether it is a duplicate entry or not, cross check. For that, this is the checkbox. Other things are not relevant at this point of time. Leave it. Press enter. Enter. Save it. Change to general data must be confirmed. Okay. So somebody has what they have done, any vendor master created that needs to be confirmed by somebody else. Authorization. Okay. So normally we don't keep it, but in real time that could be possible. So you can see it can be done through FK08. Copy this. Continue. So this is the number 10, 10, 10, 3 tens. Okay. Let us go to slash and FK08. Confirm change vendor. So this is the vendor we have just created. You are not allowed to confirm changes, only to display. So no problem. Let us go to configuration. Sensitive. Just put sensitive and press enter. Define sensitive fields for dual control. Okay. Select it and click on continue button. So people kept as address as a sensitive field. So that is what dual control. That means somebody is creating, somebody needs to be accepted. Click on this. See this. People stored this as a sensitive field. Remove it. We don't want it. It is no more sensitive now. Let us try to go to address. Okay. Let's say FK08. So now I got confirmation. I can say confirm. Okay, let's confirm here. This is confirm. Save it. So it will not ask now. FK02. If you try to change any address, so it is not giving any message. Okay. So this has been confirmed now. Otherwise, what could be the reason? If I don't delete that as a sensitive field, if I don't delete it from sensitive field, then my username should be added to the list so that I can get the authorization to confirm it. Okay. So in real time, not you, maybe your customer can have that authorization. They will add manager name to that confirmation list. So you will have the approval to confirm it. It is a kind of authorizations. So we created one vendor using FK01. Let us create another one with XK01. Only thing is we are getting extra field purchase organization. So right now I have not created purchase organization because it is not my configuration. So I have not created it. I have to keep it blank. Let us create one. So assume that our company is Maruti company. So there are employees coming to office. For them, we are providing office transport. Okay. Can you tell me one service name, bus service name? We have so many. Any known one? Parveen Travels. Something called as Parveen Travels. So assume that these guys are supplying office buses to transport our employees from office to their locations and their locations to office. Street, let us say Tinagar, postal code Chennai, IN. Press enter, 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 enter. Recon account, same Recon account, press F4, select same Recon account. Short key, cash management group. Press enter, payment terms, check double invoice. Enter, enter, save it. So only thing is, everything is same, but only thing is this field has come. Since I do not have that purchase organization in place, I did not give that. This account group belongs to 1712, Z172 is nothing but service vendor group only. Okay. Service vendor group. Why I have created service vendor group using XK01? Going forward, normally services also, you will not go and buy immediately. You will release the purchase order or service order, something called as service order, saying that this is what terms and conditions for taking your services, office transport services from your company. These are the payment terms. These are the expectations. These are the violations. These are the exit criteria. So all information will be there in the contract or order. Okay. So you can go with service order or purchase order route also for services. Fine, we have created vendor master as well. Let us go and post the transactions. Accounts payable, document entry, F-43. Vendor invoice, you can use F-43 or FB60. FB60 is a new transaction code. F-43 is a old transaction code. Let us try to understand F-43 first. Today's date 10, 10, 10. So this is our vendor number. I am just giving vendor number. 31 means what? Vendor debit or credit? If you press F4 here, you will get to know. You don't need to remember also. 31. This is account type vendor. V stands for vendor. D or C means if it is D, debit, if it is C, credit. Vendor credit. So you don't even remember. Okay. Give vendor number, press F4. This is my company code, press enter. I have created two. Let us take 1 electricity bill. Press enter. Say electricity bill comes as 1,25,000. 1,25,000. Electricity bill for the month of February 20. What is debit? What is debit? /n FS00. Admin services, rent and services are there. I am going to create one more GL account. Click on copy as. Let's keep it 20. Electricity. Save it. So debit will be 4,320. 4,320. Debit expense, credit, vendor. That is what the entry. Put star mark. Cost center you can give some cost center. Any cost center. We have only 2 cost centers created. Let us say admin, text, put plus mark. Press enter. Go to document, simulate. So this is called as entry view. This is called as entry view. Okay. If you wanted to see ledger view, go to document, simulate in ledger view. When you simulate in general ledger view, you can able to see what is the cost object you have given, what cost center you have given, what profit center system has brought in. That information you can able to see it. Click on simulate in general ledger. So you can see debit line item 2. Debit is electricity, credit is customer. Sorry, customer, not customer, vendor. Okay. Debit expense, credit vendor. So this is GL account. This is GL account. If you wanted to bring master number, vendor master number, let's see. Change layout. See any master number here. Account type, vendor, something called as vendor. V is not there. Account. Let us bring account. I don't see anything relevant. Let's bring. Nothing is there. Let us see any other field is relevant. Trying to bring vendor master number in this layout. I don't know whether that will be available here or not. Let us see. And seems that is not available. Let it be. No issues. Okay, this account is not required. Throw it out. Come back. If you wanted to see number, the master number, double click on this. Not fine. Okay. So here you cannot able to see. Let us go back. If you wanted to see what is the number for this master number, double click on this. You can able to see this is vendor master number. Inside this vendor master number, this is the GL account attached. So the value will be available in this vendor master number level and also at GL account level. Post this transaction. So transaction is posted. Assume that your boss is asking you to bring vendor wise balances report. Vendor wise balances. Slash n FBL1N. Transaction code is FBL1N. Remove this number. You wanted to find out list of vendors outstanding amount. So select open items. Open items are nothing but those are waiting for payment. Payment is not done for those, and select normal invoices or normal items. Execute it. So if we execute it, we'll be able to find out the list. So this is the vendor number. This is the outstanding amount. Likewise, if you have 1,000 vendors, it will give 1,000 vendors details in the same page. If you wanted to print it, you can print it and give it. There are different reports, okay, to take out that balances, but this is one of the report. So as of now, see this. This is indicator for whether it is a due or not due or due or not due or overdue. That you can see. This symbol is for open item. If it is in green color, it will be cleared items. Okay. So right now we can see 1,25,000 as a open item. Fine. Go to payment now. Go to payment now. We are going to payment. Go to FS10N. FS10N. So this is the. Let us select vendor Recon account. So we have seen that in vendor level we have seen the balances, but in GL level, what is the trade payables level? Let us see the balance. 1,25,000 credit balance should be there. See this credit balance should be there. So this is GL balance. So your balance sheet will be having balances of, or your trial balance will be having balances of GLs, but not vendor master number, customer master number, asset master number. Those balances will not be there. Only GL balances will be there. GL balances will be there in your trial balance. Fine. So let us try to make the payment for this vendor. Go to accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, outgoing payment, post, F-53. Use same date, vendor number, same, anything, reference you can give, it is free text, you can give anything. Bank data, press F4, enter, select bank account. What is the amount? 1,25,000. Text I am giving. This is open item, right? K stands for creditor. So if you press F4, you can select for which vendor you wanted to make the payment. We want to make the payment to TN PDCL. Click on process open items. You can see how many open items are there. Right now only one open item is there, and another one is that it is in blue color. Blue color means it is already considered for payment. See this? In previous screen I have entered 1,25,000. System automatically assigned this 1,25,000 because it is in blue color. If I double click on it, so this is going out from here. If I double click on it, it will bring here. So that means if you want to make the payment for this invoice, you can double click on it and make it in blue color. If you want, assume that you have 4 invoices, out of 4 invoices, you wanted to make payment only for middle invoice, then double click on that middle invoice only. And the amount one. If I double click on document 1, it will take you inside. You have to always double click on the amount one, not on any other field. So it is taking inside of the transaction. If I double click on this amount particularly, so this value is going off and coming in. Go to document, simulate. Debit 25, vendor debit, vendor account debit, credit, bank account. Post it. Go to that line item report, go back and execute now. Same way, nothing is there because it has been cleared now. Cleared is nothing but we made the payment. Select cleared items and you can see KR document is a invoice document, KZ document is a payment document. Status is cleared. Clearing document always will be your payment document number. Whatever document number is generating for the payment, your clearing document number. Any questions so far? Okay, with this, I am going to stop for today. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Any questions? Got chance to practice? Able to practice?
Yeah, GL I could practice up to some extent.